That's all okay with specs to go together. No?
We also have some bandwidth problem. I don't know
What?
We also have some bandwidth problem. I don't know
Okay. You can see me? Where's
Yes,
Sunny?
Lumpo, can see you.
You can see me. The important thing is, can you hear me?
Yes, Lumpo. I think the video looks sharp.
It does look choppy still.
Yeah, it looks okay. So I hope everybody is doing fine. Yeah. How many people are connected? Sunny?
There's 17, I think 17 people.
17.
17.
70 would be a new record. How is your life going on? How is your life doing? Yeah? I mean, we are born, and now actually we are more or less waiting for our death to come. Huh? No? It is important how we use the time until we die. And when we die, from this realm, then we are born in another realm. I mean, in the human realm, we are born and we die. In other realms, we just appear and disappear. In the hell realm, we appear and disappear. In the heavenly realm, we appear and disappear. Only in the human realm or animal, we are born. We have to train this body, this material, gross-material body, and then we die. Appearing and disappearing is much easier. I mean, the pain of death, is quite extensible. So we have to prepare ourselves that we don't get our sati, that we don't lose our sati when we are going to die. Because if we have no sati, the results of our karma will predict, where we are going. If we have sati, we can choose between different kinds of karma where we can go. But the important thing is, to use this time that we still have, wisely. Not killing away at the time with doing this and doing that. That doesn't make any sense. When we are Buddhists, we prepare. If we can do it, we prepare for the way out in this life. If we can't manage it, we at least prepare, the way so that we can, in our next life, continue the way. Or do you want to be born, forever and ever? Yeah? I mean, born and die, appear, disappear, whatever. It's a question you should ask yourself. All the things that you do in your life, is it necessary? Is it helping towards your goal that you have? Yeah? If the goal is, to find the way out, are the things that I'm doing good? Are they helping, to find the way out, or are they more or less useless? Huh? I mean, of course, we have to take care of this body. This body is a very valuable thing, actually. Yeah? I mean, just like the Lord Buddha said, the human life, it is this kind of life or this kind of realm where we easily can find the way out. Yeah? Because we have enough dukkha and we have enough sukha, so we can see, dukkha and sukha. Yeah? In other realms, in the heavenly realms, we have lots of sukha, and people who are very contented, who have a lot of happiness, why should they find the way out? Yeah? And if people have too much dukkha, they don't look for a way out, because it's too much dukkha. They have to look after themselves, they have to feed themselves, and so on and so on. And if they're in hell or in the ghost realms, they have too much greed, There's too much greed and there's too much hatred. We are, yeah. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, what are the five khandhas? I mean, one of the khandhas is the body. There are realms, where we don't have a body. So we only have four khandhas. There's feeling, there's thoughts, there's memory and association, and there's consciousness. And depending on the realm we are in, we have five khandhas, or we have four khandhas, or we have three khandhas, or in a few realms there's only one khandha, consciousness. But in our realm we have the five khandhas there. But who is controlling the five khandhas is the citta. Who is controlling the citta is avijja. And avijja is the mastermind behind what the Lord Buddha called this illusion. And this mastermind, avijja, has three armies. Greed, hatred, and what normally is translated as delusion. Well, what is greed? Greed is a container for everything that starts with the slightest wish I want. It would be nice to have this, or it would be nice to have that. Until we have to have it, until we can't let go of it, until we do whatever it takes, to get it. This is all greed. I mean, from the slightest greed to the most heaviest greed. And it's the same thing with the hate. This hate, starts with I don't like this, or this is not what I want. Until the heaviest hate, I mean, I need to get rid of this situation, or I need to get rid of this person, who provokes me, constantly provokes me. So hate, greed and hate, are containers for all these, from the slightest to the heaviest. And these are the armies. Actually, these are the three armies. Greed, hatred, and delusion are the three armies that occupy our heart. We are under occupation. And this is something we have to realize constantly. We are under the occupation of greed, hatred, and delusion. And they rule us. Behind this is the mastermind of avijja. But they rule us. And most of the thing that we see, is in form of greed and hate. Delusion, I think it is not a very good translation. What does it mean, delusion? What we are deluded about, what we see, but it is also, when I look at the Thai word, the Thai word for delusion is long, kwam long. And kwam long also means infatuated, being infatuated with things. I mean, when we look at the body, we are infatuated with this body. Or we are infatuated with feeling. It's my feeling, being infatuated. This is probably more a better way, to describe delusion, because delusion, what is delusion? I mean, whatever we see, is that what we see, what we think we see, is that really what is there? That's you can call it an illusion, I mean, like the illusionist, who produce something, a magician who produce something that is actually not there. So think about it in this way. But what we normally encounter in our life is greed and hatred, and these are the strongest forms, the strongest armies, that constantly keep us, in check. So we have to fight them if we want to find a way out. We have to fight these two armies. And greed and hatred has always something to do with our body. Whenever we want something, it is in connection with our body. The body is not only, the physical form of the body, but it's also the form of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. And all the forms of greed and hate are connected with this body. with its faculties. So, we have to investigate it. The only thing, how we can overcome these three armies, and defeat these three armies is through investigation. And we investigate these for the body. What is the body? I mean, take it apart. Look at it. Open it up. Look at it. Is that what you see? When you open it up, is it something that you like? Because we do like, we do like, to wash our hair, to wash the body, to put on nice clothes, to put on perfume or whatever, or dress it nicely, whatever. I mean, it's all concern about the body. Most of it, when we eat food, it's a concern about the body. Oh, this food tastes nice, this food is not so nice, and so on. I mean, when we look at our life, I mean, in the morning, we get up, we eat something, we eat breakfast, Then midday, we eat some lunch, and in the evening we eat dinner, And if we are in Thailand, we eat 5 times, instead of 3 times, because it's so delicious. Let me try this, let me try that, and so on and so on. So, I mean, eating is one of what we think is one of the pleasures of the body, but it is not. If we are not hungry, we don't eat. If we are hungry, we do eat. And if we are full, we don't want to eat, because if we eat more, then we will throw up. So, I mean, where is the pleasure? It's the same thing, we have to investigate this, eating. Well, what do we eat? There are 7 tastes, oily, salty, bitter, and so on. I can't, at the moment I don't remember all. Do you remember all of them? What is it? Salty, sweet, oily, and so on, and so on. 7 tastes. Everything is made out of these 7 tastes. It's a combination. Every food that we eat, I mean, we can even taste it if we want to. I mean, we take a bite of something, and then we see, I mean, so it's just a mixture. It's a mixture of these 7 tastes, And think about it, there's quite a few tastes, that you can produce with these 7 basic factors, for taste. So it eludes us, it eludes us in thinking this is something special, or this is something special, or this is something not nice. I mean, the taste is the taste. So investigating this, investigating our life, I mean, like I said, we eat, and we sleep, and then the rest of the day, I mean, most of us, have to work for our living, They have to work for the food, they have to work for the house, and they have to work for the medicine, and they have to work for clothes, and medicine. That's already mentioned. So the 4 things, the 4 necessities for a human life. So we work for it. And the little time that we have left over, what do? We relax. At the moment, most of us, they just take their handies, and play with their handies. Look what is going on in the world. It's a waste of time. Instead, I mean, if you use every moment that we have, if we wait for the bus, or if we wait for the underground, close our eyes, and repeat Buddha, 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 to make the mind calm, or observe the breath. I mean, even in the car, when we drive to work, we can do the same thing. I mean, when we stand at a traffic light, I mean, we can do Buddha, 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 until the traffic light, turns to green, and then we can go again. We can use so many things in our life, to make the mind calm. But we don't do that, I mean, we constantly look, at least that's what I see, we constantly look at our smartphones, people, walking along the street, looking at their smartphones, some people, texting, then you go to a cafe, or you look at a restaurant, and the people sitting there, in a group, and texting each other instead of using their mouth to talk. I mean, what kind of world is that? I mean, it is a complete waste of our human birth. I mean, human birth is not easy because we are born, that's not easy. We have to grow up, that is not easy. We have to learn, to crawl, we have to learn to walk, we have to learn to talk, and then we have to learn to think. It takes 17 or 18 years, to be able to fully control this body. Yeah? And then we waste the rest of our life, yeah? And then death comes, and then we are afraid of death, yeah. We shouldn't be afraid of death, Death is, what dies is the body, the chitta, yeah. The owner of the body doesn't die. Yeah? It just goes into the next life. Remember this, it is important. Remember that you're constantly under occupation, yeah. You're an occupied country, yeah. You're an occupied chitta, yeah. And whatever you think you want, whatever you think you hate, it doesn't come from you, it comes from the kilesas, it comes from the avijja, that control you. That's why we can use, in our meditation, when there are some strange thoughts coming up, and say, anatta, that's not me, that's not mine, it doesn't belong to me, it's not myself. Yeah? There's a thought, or there's a feeling, it's not my feeling. Yeah? Because we cannot control the feeling or try it, If you have a bad feeling, go to your drawer and pick a nice feeling. Can you do that? If not, it's not you. It's not your feeling. It's the same thing, with a thought. A strange thought or unwanted thought comes in, You haven't invited it, or the memory, you haven't invited it. There's a memory, It comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. In thoughts it comes and it goes. Because we buy into it. We buy into it. We believe it is me, it is my thought, it is my memory, it is my feeling. That's... We identify with something that doesn't belong to us. And the more we identify with it, we know, for instance, we know the car is not my car, It's not me, it's not mine, it's not myself, it's okay, we bought it, it is, So somebody scratches it, or somebody ruins it, and then we feel unhappy. And same thing, if somebody hits you, we feel unhappy. If somebody says some words to you, that you don't like to hear, you feel unhappy. But it's not you. There's something, the chitta is not the feeling, it's not the thought. It sees there's a thought, If it lets the thought pass away like it has come, and it goes away, then there's nothing, The more we are attached, the more it hurts. The more we grab hold of, think about, ball rolling, beside us, and we grab hold of it, but the ball has its own power, it rips our hand off. So that hurts. The more we are attached to these things, the more we are attached to this body, the more we are attached to these feelings, thoughts and memories, the more we hurt ourselves. So see them as they are, or see them in the way the Lord Buddha taught us. Anicca, they appear and they disappear. Anatta, whatever appears and disappears cannot be me, cannot be mine, and cannot be myself. So use this. But in order to investigate, you really have to make the mind really calm. And this we do with Anapanasati or with the meditation of Buddha. Every thought or every memory that comes on, we replace with Buddha, or we replace with the attention on the breath, until there's no more thought coming in and there's no more memory coming in. Then we feel happy and we feel safe, because there's no more thoughts and there are no more memories. There's no future and there's no past. There's no worry. There's no fear. Everybody wants that, and everybody can achieve this, if we put some effort in this practice. So don't waste your human birth, find a way out, and leave aside, the things that are not necessary for your life. It is necessary to look after the body. The body is something that is vital for our path to the way out. So we take care of it, but we don't overly take care of it. Yeah, we take care of it in a way that is, that is good for the body. Yeah? And the rest of the time, I mean, we spend, to finding the way out. Yeah, and the most important thing is investigating this body. What does this body bring us? Huh? What kind of happiness does this body bring us? Huh? If we are hungry, we eat, we feel happy. Yeah? But that is the same thing, I mean, if you have a pot of hot water, that burns us, and if we have a pot of cold water, that cools us, yeah, we put our hand in hot water and then we put it in the cold water, I mean, we feel relieved, yeah, we feel happy, because the pain has gone. It's the same thing, the pain of hunger, the pain of sleep, I mean, it's the same thing. That's why we sleep, and then when we wake up, yeah, most of us, hopefully, wake up happily, and then a new day starts, yeah. So remember this, yeah. Just a short introductory talk for you, yeah. Now you can phrase your questions.
Thank you. So, anyone with questions, can you raise your hand?
No questions, huh?
Looks like it.
Yeah? Yeah, okay, so the talk was enough, yeah? There are no questions in the chat either, or?
Okay, Carlos? Yeah. Can you unmute yourself?
Good morning.
Mante, good morning. Hope everything is auspicious for you and everybody in the monastery.
Probably much better than up in Washington. You're in Washington.
I bet so, yes. I am, yes. Okay, Bante, so I am in a path right now of trying to disentangle myself from all the commitments and all the vicissitudes of lay life. Hopefully, well, that's my plan anyway. Hopefully, I have enough merit to go forth sooner than later. I've been like letting go and losing stuff and getting rid of things outside and inside through the practice, and that part of that has been like losing relationships, friends, not friends, like relationships, acquaintances that I don't really consider valuable for the path that I am right now. So at this moment, my interest in getting involved with somebody will be just if that includes the Dhamma or not. If there is no Dhamma pursued in this relationship, I'm not interested. And that is not something that I am forcing on myself. It's something that is coming naturally. So these last few days, I was walking around my neighborhood, and there was this guy coming to me, and he looks obviously Hispanic. My first language is English. Spanish. So he greeted me in English, but then I knew he was Hispanic, and then I just greeted him in Spanish. So he was like really happy and surprised, and I could feel, the joy that he found somebody who could speak Spanish with and all of that. And that is great. That is actually what I think I made the gesture of trying to greet him in Spanish. But then, that opened that door of him trying to relate to me and make an acquaintance, maybe a friendship. And then I had to, the more from the best of my abilities to be polite and not to be rough and like not courteous. I just I just wanted to greet him, but I don't want like this coming into my life and trying to be friends with anybody who is not involved in the Dhamma. So and that was kind of noticeable, and then I felt bad after that about that.
Bad?
So and sure, I felt bad, like I had bad feelings because I did that. So I'm not sure if that's a good way to go about things, but from the inside, I feel that is the correct way for my path right now. So I wanted to consult with you. What do you think about that?
If you do all these things with your mind, it's not the right way. If you do the things from your heart, because your heart feels this is the correct way, then it is correct. Yeah? Even if the heart, even if the heart makes a decision, where the brain says, this, where you feel hurt, yeah? I mean, the heart is still the right thing to listen to. So don't do things, I should do this, I should do this. No. If the heart, lets go of, these relationships, it's fine, yeah? The heart is not interested in this relationship anymore and it lets go of it, yeah? And says, this is not necessary. But if we try to make the things, what we believe is good or we believe, it is wholesome, then most of it is not the right way, yeah? You understand what I'm trying to say?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, see how your heart
so what do you
feels.
think? Because that's what I'm trying to, I don't know, that's what I'm trying to explain from the way that I felt. So that these tendencies that I have now are not like before. I used to, try to make friends and stuff, to whatever, have dinners or go out and party and all of that. But that is something that is coming from inside of me now.
Okay.
I'm not forcing anything.
Okay.
So maybe is that coming from the heart?
Yeah.
As you expressed it?
Yes. Yes, it might be. Yeah. In the beginning, be careful, also examine it. Yeah. Even if you think it comes from inside, I mean, see, are the results, of your doing, of your action, of your words, wholesome or not wholesome?
Well, I think they are wholesome because part of the path, a big part of that is isolation, solitude. So you need to, introspection.
Yeah. That is all, I mean, in the beginning, if you're new to what the heart tells you, yeah, I mean, as a precaution, yeah, examine the things that you do or the things that you say, if they are wholesome, if they give you a wholesome feeling. If they do, okay, go ahead, yeah. Because sometimes we think we know, yeah, or we think it comes from inside, but actually it comes from the kilesa, yeah, and then we don't feel so good about it, yeah. You understand? So just make sure that it goes in the right way.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you, Bante. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, other people, other questions?
Yeah, any? Yeah, can go next.
Ajahn Martin, in my daily practice, present moment awareness, I could be able to see the duality of mind more frequently. One moment the mind is peaceful, another moment is agitated, stressed, angry, worried, and fearful, because the mind doesn't like to be seen and doesn't like to be observed at all times. Recently, I experienced momentary of non-self, and my mind is worried and fearful when seeing the grasping of self is no longer in this body and mind. And at that very moment, the right understanding mind is very neutral and see the truth at its ease. Because it has the kind of like, all the time, whatever I'm angry or whatever agitation and everything, is the self is there, make me angry. And now I could see like, how come there's no more very neutral, very calm, and the self is not there, and the mind starting to realize that the self is not there, everything is so peaceful. And the mind doesn't like, another mind doesn't like that, hey, this is not me anymore, you know, I cannot control, and it's very agitated, angry, and they cannot control me anymore. I mean, I see the duality of that. Am I practicing it correctly, Ajahn? And how can I improve in my practice?
I mean, how long is the state where you feel no self? When you go into samadhi, how long is that?
It's like when I realize that the anger is there, and then I reflect what causes the anger at that very moment, and then what is the cause of that anger, and then how could it arise, and etc. So at the very moment, it was like blank, nothing. Yeah. So everything stopped.
Yeah.
So that moment is like, where is this self just now so agitated, so stressed, where has it gone to? So that very moment it was like,
that's okay.
For me.
That is proper. That is proper. Whenever we investigate something, whenever we say, what I said in my talk, whenever we say there's anger, you know, I mean, we can look at it and the anger disappears. Yeah, as long as it doesn't have, you know, the fuel. Yeah, and the fuel is mostly memory and thought. Yeah? So when we revert back to the Buddha or to Anapanasati, you know, there's no more fuel and the anger disappears. And within this moment, you know, the self disappears. But you should go into samadhi, you know, for a long time, for about 20, 30 minutes, you know, where there's nothing, you know, where there's just this stillness or this happiness or this peacefulness. Yeah? And then once you come out, you should investigate the body, yeah, because the hate comes from this, from our attachment to this body or the sensation that the body gives us. You understand?
Yes. Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, another question?
Yeah. Anyone else with questions? Or you can type in the chat if you want to ask in person. So, Long Po, I can read out the questions that were sent online.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so first one is from Hendrik. So, first question, when we meditate knowing the breath, is it okay to change the knowing of in and out of the breath to become the knowing of long and short or any other qualities?
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's what we have to. But, I mean, when we observe the breath, we stick to a point, you know, be it around the nose, yeah? And then we observe the breath going in, we observe the breath going out. We know that the breath goes in, we know that the breath goes out. We know that the in-breath is longer or is long or is short. You know, the out-breath is long or short or is deep or shallow, yeah? But we need our attention on the point where we can feel the breath out, yeah? Or in the end where we know where the breath is, yeah? So this is all okay, yeah? I mean, switching from the knowing, yeah? I mean, of course, you know, you can investigate all the aspects of the breath, yeah? Is the breath long or short, you know, or find find the point, where the in-breath changes to the out-breath, or the out-breath changes to the in-breath. Yeah? I mean, the knowingness is that what we develop. Yeah? And all sorts of all aspects of the breath, I mean, we should know about them. Yeah? Okay, next.
Okay. Yeah. Next question. Namo Buddhaya Ajahn. When we do Buddha meditation, is it better to speak out the Buddha, Buddha, Buddha to make it easier to focus, or just keep repeating only in the heart?
I mean, don't say it out loud, yeah? I mean, repeat it in the mind, repeat it in the heart, wherever you know that the Buddha is, yeah? The Buddha doesn't have a specific place, just like with the breath. The breath has a specific place, yeah? But the Buddha, normally is in the mind, yeah? I mean, we don't speak it out, we think it, yeah? So, Buddha is a thought, yeah? Once it is getting installed, the same thing happens, as it happens with the breath. Once we get more mindful, once we have developed more sati, yeah, then we know, is the Buddha short, is the Buddha long, is the Buddha fast, is the Buddha slow, is the Buddha deep, or is it shallow? Yeah? And this knowing is the same thing that we have to develop, either with the Buddha or we have to develop with the breath. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Follow-up question. And for the Buddha meditation, is it better when we take a breath in, we say Bud in the heart, and breathe out, we say Do? Thank you so much.
This is for the beginning, yeah? I mean, if you have difficulties to concentrate, then Bud with breathing in and Do with breathing out, yeah? That's perfectly fine. Yeah? But once we get concentrated, then it is too difficult to concentrate on two objects, because there are two objects. It's a breath and it's a Buddha. Then whatever we have done before, then whatever remains is either the Buddha or is the breath, then we should just stick with the Buddha or just stick with the breath. Don't try to keep constantly keep that going. Because if the concentration is good, it doesn't want to concentrate on two objects. Huh? And it is much better then, to switch that, what remains automatically. And one of them remains, yeah? I mean, be it the Buddha or be it the breath. Okay?
So next is the question from the chat. Long Ho, during meditation, there are moments of total concentration. I am aware of the neutral feeling and the body is heavy, but I am only able to sustain this calm state for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then I am back to the surrounding awareness. How do I maintain this calmness for longer time? Thank you, Long Ho.
If you stick to your breath or stick to your Buddha, then you will, over time it will become longer and longer. Yeah? I mean, it's just like a training. Yeah? I mean, we train samadhi just like we train to walk, or just like we train to talk. Yeah? It takes time. Yeah? The problem, or the problem that most people have, the moment they feel this, whatever this feeling is, then they go to the feeling, and then after a few seconds, yeah, the feeling disappears, because our feelings are of fleeting nature. Yeah? And then, then we are aware of the surroundings again, and then we get disturbed, yeah? And we forgot that we actually should stick, yeah? We should stick all the time, no matter what kind of feelings, no matter what happens. Yeah? Sometimes we have nimittas, we see something, but we still should stick to the breath, or still should stick to the Buddha. Yeah? And then over time it becomes longer and longer. Okay, next.
Yeah, next question from the chat. Venerable Ajahn, can you please give some pointers about following the precept of not lying and the quality of honesty? How to develop honesty? Can you explain how lying can cause harm in multiple lifetimes for oneself and others? Thank you, Long Ho.
I mean, it's a difficult question to, to answer. You know when you don't tell the truth. I mean, if you have enough awareness, you know that what you're going to tell is not the truth. Then let it go. Don't follow up on it. Don't say it out. Even, I mean, the Lord Buddha said, even if it's a white lie, it's still a lie. Don't follow it up. If we have awareness, before we say something, and if it is truthful, let's go and say it. But sometimes, the truth can hurt other people, so I mean, if you know it, that might be hurtful to others, then don't say it. Lies, I mean, that depends on, small lies, don't have so much effect on us, but the lies will come back, The lies are boomerangs, they come back to us, in this life and in the next life and in the next following life. Each lie that we promote, or that we talk out or that we put out will come back to us, And not only one time, 1,000 times, It depends on who we talk to. The more developed the person is, the more often it comes back. And if we lie, if we really deceive people, if we make them foolish things because of our lies, then we go to hell. And for each lie that we did, I mean, our tongue is pulled out. The next day for the next lie, tongue is pulled out until I mean, until we serve our sentence, and then we come back. So I mean, lying is never good. That's all what I can say at the moment. It's really difficult. I mean, just keep your awareness, and then don't say anything that is not truthful. Okay, next.
That's all the questions that I see. Anyone else who wants to ask the question, like? Oh, Annie, you want to go again? Yeah.
Ajahn, another question. Every time when I meditate, I have the bright light on my forehead. So I try to bring down to my citta, but I can't because it was so bright until sometimes I can feel the heat. So what should I do, Ajahn?
Well, what you can try to do is, I mean, concentrate on the breath or concentrate on the Buddha, whatever you do. You will have to pull it down. I mean, you concentrate on the bright light, and the more you concentrate on the bright light, the stronger it becomes. Then try to concentrate on the breath. If you can't pull it down. Because if you really concentrate on the bright light, it becomes brighter.
I tried Buddha many times, but it goes off and it comes back again.
It doesn't matter. Don't be worried about it. Don't be, I mean, the bright light appears and disappears. I mean, be worried about your Buddha, be worried about the breath, I mean, whatever it is, And then, once in a while, try to pull it down, If you can't pull it down, then stick with the breath or stick with the Buddha, Okay?
But I don't know why every time, whenever I close my eyes...
It's a sign of concentration. If our concentration is good, a lot of people, see it, And then, I mean, then they get disturbed by this sign, And that's why the meditation doesn't progress, because I think, this light, how do I get rid of this light, I mean, no, it's just a sign of concentration. Just like, sometimes, the sign of concentration is feeling happy, or the tears are coming out, But the moment something happens, in our meditation, we get worried about what is happening. And then, when we get worried about what is happening, we lose our concentration. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Carlos, you want to go ahead?
Another question, huh?
Yes, sir. Remember I have this jukebox in my head.
Yeah.
The DJ always play
Yeah.
music. So I've been trying. Normally, my method is concentrating on the breath,
Yeah.
and that helps me a lot when the DJ is off.
Yeah.
And then when the DJ comes, the music starts playing. The Buddha takes better care of that.
Okay.
Because I guess I'm feeling out that that place that the music plays with the Buddha. So, but now I'm basically like using both methods. Not at the same
Perfectly
time,
fine. Perfectly fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. You can in one session, when you start to concentrate on the breath and you see that the music comes in, then just take the session with the Buddha. Yeah. In the next session when it's quiet, just take the breath. It really does not matter. Yeah. But don't try to switch it within one session. If you sit for 45 minutes and you decide to take the breath, then stick with the breath. Yeah. If you just decide to stay with the Buddha, then stick to the Buddha. Okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That takes care of the doubt that I had. But I wanted to share that what I'm feeling now that is like a big advancement, I guess, is that I don't get annoyed anymore by the music.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that is good.
I mean,
That means
kind of like what I felt before. Yeah.
yeah.
You were saying?
Yeah, no, that is fine. The less we take interest in the music, the less it is annoying. Yeah. So that means your interest in the beginning, you're interested in the music, what kind of music, and then you get annoyed. I mean, if you don't put any interest in the music, then it will go away.
Okay. So eventually, I'm guessing that it's
it's getting less and less. Yeah. I mean, because you have been so much with music, of course, it comes up, yeah. But then you show no interest, and after a while, maybe after weeks, after months, maybe even takes a year, then it will never come back again, because we don't show interest. The kilesas only try us to perceive us or persuade us with things that we get interested in. Be interested, be it positive or negative, yeah? So they can show us horror, and we get afraid, that is also some sort of interest, yeah? Or they show us something nice and pleasant, yeah? But if you say, who cares? Then they don't use this method anymore for us to lead us astray. Okay?
Thank you again, Mate.
Okay, more questions? Yeah, then read out from...
Looks like questions.
Sani,
Yes, no problem.
is there anything more? Chat or questions that submitted?
No.
No? Okay,
It looks
then,
like, yeah.
yeah, then we have some
Is there any
questions.
more? Okay.
Just one question, but it's a bit of a novel, so I'll summarize. So this person has had several suicides and deaths in their environment, and this has always caused them fears and anxieties, and some pleasant sensation in their chest. And they had a strong experience of that when they visited the temple, where all their fears came out, their fears of dying and everything. And lately these things have resurfaced again, partly due to stress in their work as well. And it impacts them quite hard, and they're quite constantly afraid of several things like suicide or death. And they have difficulty to regain any calm. And the main problem is they also don't investigate it in their meditation because they're afraid of the answers that they would get. So they just like, your opinion on some tools would be useful to me to understand what's happening to me and overcome this fear and suffering that comes out of nowhere and prevents me from feeling better in my daily life.
That is the same question.
Yeah,
right?
it's just the end. They would appreciate.
Yeah, the only thing I say, we have to get comfortable with the thought that we are going to die. But we are not going to die, the body is going to die. And how the body is going to die, it depends on the karma, of our karma from our previous lives. So there's nothing we can do. But we can get comfortable by thinking about that. I am born, I will live a certain amount of time, and then I will die, and then this body will die. And when the body dies, I just hop out of this body and look for another body. Just like a car. Think about death, the death of your car that you love for 10 years, and then it finally gives up, everything, and then you have to put it to the scrapyard. But you're not afraid of it, because you can go out, and that's the same thing with the chitta. The chitta that occupies this body, and controls this body, when the body is dead, the chitta will never die. The chitta is the everlasting tourist. When the Mahaprabhu said it, it goes from one realm to the next and then to the next. It's just like we go from one country to the next. And look what is there. That's nice. That's not so nice. And however long we are stuck in this realm or in this country, and then we come back to another country, and the body is just a vehicle. It's just like a car, very complex car. I call it biological robot, we are caught inside, and we think we are this body. So, separate yourself out from this body and say, there's a body, and there's a chitta. When the chitta is calm, the body doesn't do anything. And get comfortable with that. Yes, realize, okay, sooner or later I will have to die. I have died, many thousands, many billions, many millions, billions of times. So, what is it? Another death. That's the only thing what I can say. Make your mind calm and and see, what kind. What comes before this fear. These thoughts, how are they triggered? I had the same question from Alex there. Joyce, was doing this question. Think about what comes before this thought, the thought of death, what comes before? What kind of situation? And then try to change this kind of situation. Look, without sati, you will succumb to your fear. And there's nothing that I can help you with, At that time, learn sati, learn this awareness, train this awareness, know what was coming before the thought that where the fear came up, or the memory where the fear came up, and then change this memory into something else, if it is this kind of memory, bring up another memory. If it is this kind of thought, bring up another thought, it is up to us, We do that all the time in our life. We see something that is unpleasant, then we look the other way and see something that is pleasant, and that are attached to that. The unpleasantness has not gone, but we don't look at it. It's the same thing. We just swap, one thought with another thought. Be it the Buddha or be it whatever. Or think about heaven, or think about this, or think about that. That induces a nice feeling. But get comfortable with death, because sooner or later you will be faced again, No matter how old we are, we can die with 20, we can die with 100, And anything in between. We can even die in the womb, Okay, next. That was the only question. So, if there are no more questions, then this time, today was short, Sunny, are you still there?
Yeah, there's an uncle.
Okay, so if there are no more questions from your side, are there questions from this side? Let's see. No questions from here. So, then let's finish up, or?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Longpo, for the Dhamma talk today and the answers to the questions. We also pay respects to Longpo 3 times.
Okay, bye, and make the most use of your life, yeah, of every moment, yeah. Don't squander away, with your smartphones, yeah. Bye bye.
Okay, bye, Longpo.
Okay, and you go back, yeah. I mean, what you can do is, investigate pain, yeah, and feel comfortable. There is pain, then look at it, yeah. Try, yeah. I mean yes, I know it is difficult, yeah. But if you don't start trying, we will never be able to do it, yeah. But maybe you find another. I think in Udon Thani there should be some good ones. Yeah.
I'll see how we go in
Yeah.
tomorrow or the day after.
Okay.
I should do that.
Okay. It is also the weather, sometimes I have a, splitting headache, yeah. I had it for a few days. Now it is gone because the weather is better, but when it is really low pressure, I mean, I really get, yeah. And Kuba Richard, the same thing, yeah. I mean, he wakes up in the morning, migraine, yeah. It is the weather, and the older we get, the more the weather influences the body.
You are telling me. Oh, I know.
Okay.